8 month of hair growth on LOC natural hair starting July 2022. So July 2022 marked my first year into my LOC journey, and after this first year, that's really when I started seeing the length instead of my hair shrinking so much. About half of my locks were comfortably touching my shoulders, and I was starting to wear more buns, twist out, braid outs to add texture and volume to my hair, and I was really loving it. This ponytail, yeah, I absolutely became obsessed with curly ponytails. Yep, no denial. So in November and December, I feel like my hair really started growing a lot because, as you can see, I have a tiny twist in the front on my edges basically, and it used to be practically indetectable, but it started popping out. So that's how I knew that I was onto something. I was onto something, and I just experienced a lot of growth between mid-November up until the end of the year, and it was quite impressive, to be honest. And one thing I do not want to see is thinning, please. I want to see thickening. And so I would really try my best to alternate between wearing my locks straight, curly, and sometimes I would even only curl the end of my locks to avoid applying so much tension at the roots. January 2023 basically marked 1 year and a half into my LOC journey, and as you can see, I have lots of new growth. I'm going to show you how I retwist my hair to maintain a uniform, thick, and healthy lock. I typically part my hair in rows, starting at the back of my head, working my way to the top and the front of my head. If my hair feels dry, I would apply a little bit of water or whatever I'm using that day, and then I'll top it up with some oil. I typically blend some castor oil with some other kind of oil that can help dilute the castor oil, and I'll apply it to the roots only, because at that point I already moisturized the length of my locks, so I do not reapply oil to the length of my locks but only to my roots. Then I'll just use my rat tail comb to help clean up the part so that I have a cleaner base to work with. However, I never ever part my hair again. I only comb the hair out of the way, if that makes sense. I do not use the rat tail comb to part the hair again because I hate that. I do not like popping my locks. I don't like it. No. So I only comb out the hair out of the part to make it cleaner, if that makes sense. Okay, now let's get into the retwist. So I would grab a lock, and it's typically really easy for me to just separate my lock. I do not use a comb for that, and I would proceed to palm rolling twice, and then I would wrap the loose hair, the new growth loose hair, around the lock to help it attach to the correct lock. That way it helps create a uniform lock and avoid knotting, breakage, and thinning, especially if your hair is on the thinner side like mine, because if you just leave your hair to grow out of the lock, it would merge with other locks. Then you would have to pop your locks, and it will cause breakage and thinning, and you don't need that. It will be a struggle to retwist your hair. No, the way I think really wrapping the loose hair, the new growth hair, around the lock really carefully helps first to avoid breakage and all that, but also to go through your retwist routine so easily. I usually don't even need a comb aside from, for cleaning my parts. I don't need to use a comb to really individually go in and retrace the parts. That's also because I don't really care for the super duper clean look. I'm fine with my parts looking a little bit blurry. It doesn't matter who sees it anyway. I've never used any special type of products to retwist my lock. I've always used only water and oil, and that has been working for me. I have relatively easy hair to manipulate, and so it just works perfect for me. I don't need strong gels or anything like that. So here's the final result, and as you can see, my locks are very uniform from the roots to the ends. Despite the fact that I always do braid outs, twist outs, I tend to manipulate my hair quite a bit, but my locks are very uniform. And honestly, this retwist, I was really seeing the length and the thickness coming through. I was so happy. I'm not gonna lie, I was so happy. In January and February, I think I continued to consistently oil my scalp, and so my hair was really thriving and was really growing. I was loving it, and I was still wearing my twist outs and braid outs while simply alternating with my straight locks look. So here is what my hair looks like at the beginning of March 2023, and if you haven't seen the video of my 1-year lock anniversary, go check it out. It really shows you month by month my hair evolution from month 1, from day 1 to month 12.